Have you ever invested in a coin like XRP that has some good news, rallies over 100% to the upside in just a few minutes, and then straight afterwards dumps all the way back down to the bottom? Well, there's a massive reason behind why this is happening, not just with XRP, but why it has the potential to happen in some of your favorite cryptocurrencies right this second. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can spot cryptos that have the tendency to be able to do this and show you a bunch of free, very cool tools that no one else is talking about. As well as that, I'm going to give you a free treat if you stick around a little bit longer. Hit the like button and let's get into today's video. Now, I'm not just picking on XRP, but XRP did have some very good news that happened back on the 13th of July, and we saw a massive rally that happened extremely fast in the XRP price. Why did this happen? Well, they had the good news to do with the court case. Suddenly a bunch of retail investors rush in to buy the news, and guess who offloads all the big money? Now, XRP is not necessarily the target of today's video. We're going to use another example. But what I'm getting at is big money is involved in crypto, and they will be there to take money from you every time you do something a little bit silly. Now, if you're subscribed to my channel, which hopefully by now you are, you'll know that I like to talk about the different life cycles of a cryptocurrency. Now, when you first hear about a crypto, usually it's after something called a token generation event. That means it's been minted onto the blockchain. And before then, you've had people raising money within that company. Now, this is Airtable, and in fact, I promised you a treat, and this is it, guys. It's linked down below in the description. But this is amazing, okay? It's got all of the information on all of the projects that have been raising funds for the last, 5 years, okay? And it tells you the name of the company, and you can go down and look at the latest ones as well, and it tells you the amount of money that they've been raising. So even back in 2018, some companies were raising like $44 million. Some are raising even more than that, but pretty much every crypto out there that you've heard of has raised money from venture capital. And what does that mean for us? Well, if we come across divestlab.io, free website, of course, not associated with me, you can see that we have a bunch of different crypto coins, the ICO, return on investment, initial coin offering when it was first bought, and then the token supply. Now, if you've been in crypto for any amount of time, you'll know that tokens are unlocked as kind of life cycle goes on. Now, there's a reason for that. If you're a company and you want lots of people to invest in you at the start, you might offer someone a really cheap price to encourage them to give you money. So let's say I want to have a token launch price of 10 cents for my house of crypto coin, okay? But in order to raise money, I'm going to tell you, the investor with all your millions of dollars, that if you give me 10, 20, 30 million dollars, I'll give you a token price of $0.02 or 2 cents. That means that as soon as I launch my ICO, you've just made a 5x. And you're like, whoa, it's crypto, 5x is nothing. Imagine if you just put in $50 million and I've just given you a 5x like that. What's your snap decision going to be? If your answer is anything other than sell, you need to go and slap yourself in the face and have a good word with yourself, okay? Stop being greedy, right? You sell. Why do you sell? Because you want to maximize your investment, you hedge all your risk, everything like that, okay? Now, in order to stop venture capital doing this, the company, the crypto company, will put in place a vesting schedule. Now, what is a vesting schedule? Well, it means that you might only be able to unlock 10% of your tokens, and then over a period of time, you can only sell 5% every month or whatever, over a period of a year or whatever it takes, okay? This means that, yeah, you get your investment back eventually, but you're not able to just dump it back onto the market. And that means the price is made more steady. However, there are a few coins that you should be a little bit wary of because of what is coming up in terms of a token unlock. Now, there's a coin out there called DYDX, which is a very popular project, it seems, and starting to pick up a lot of steam. DYDX is a very advanced crypto exchange, okay, offering decentralized and centralized services, and will potentially be a very successful project in the future. However, this is actually wrong, on the 3rd of December, I believe, it has a massive unlock going underway where they'll be unlocking a significant amount of tokens. So as you can see, the majority of tokens pretty much that haven't already been unlocked will get unlocked then. Now, up until this point, there wasn't really much of any unlock for the venture capital leading in to this particular point. However, there's something significant we need to look at right now. And using this Airtable, which I've left down below, guys, and looking for DYDX, I found this back on the 15th of June, 2021, through Andreessen Horowitz. DYDX raised $65 million. After a little bit more digging, that was their final round. Okay, before that, they'd actually raised an additional $22 million through A16Z, which is probably, if not the biggest, crypto investment firm out there. Polychain, obviously, and then 3 Arrows Capital. Okay, so a massive amount of money was raised, which is what, $87 million? Now, $87 million, depending on the project, may or may not sound like quite a large portion of money. But when we look into the fully diluted market cap, it is a massive amount of money for DYDX, because the market cap of DYDX is currently $336 million or $336.5 million. Now, a few weeks ago, everyone was like, oh, well, Solana's going to get a big unlock on FTX, and it was going to be like, you know, maybe like 3 or 4% of the whole supply of Solana. This is a massive, massive portion of DYDX. And no, guys, you know, these companies are not 100% just going to dump crypto back onto the market, but it's something really worth having a look at. Now, obviously, they won't still have that whole portion in the market, because there would have been some form of a vesting period. They would have got 10% out on token generation event. They would have cashed out their 10%, and then they would have been cashing out as they went. Okay, even through a bear market, these companies are still making money because they still bought even before everyone else. And that's why I've been trying to get you into the Inner Circle Discord, guys, so that you can go in and buy in like this big money can with our venture capital pool, so that you don't get sold to like a mug like everyone else, because you're the person who can take the sales. Link down below in the description, just $9.99 per month. No brainer. Okay, so jumping back to Drops tab, you can come across and you can check out DYDX. There's a bit more information on here, how the chart's been moving over time. But same old, guys, most of the market is fairly heavily down, but you can see that this is on a bunch of big exchanges. There is liquidity available once they can cash out to get into Binance and others if they so wish. So that's another thing to be aware of. And as well as that, over on Drops tab, you can see the upcoming events, okay? On the 21st of November, a 0.64% total supply unlock. And then on the 3rd of December, there's a 15% unlock. And then you can see that there's just like continuous unlocks going on regularly all the time. Okay, so Drops tab's another very easy website for you to use. Now, how do I know that these companies are still holding this crypto, and how can I watch what's going on? Well, if you come across to Bubble Maps, guys, bubblemaps.io, free website, not associated with me, then we can search for DYDX. And what you see here is a visual image of all the different wallets and things within that ecosystem. Okay, and you can sort of go through, and there's various different ones here, and you can see that this basically total supply is held in a bunch of very interesting places. Okay, now this is a very simplified visualization, and we will zoom in a little bit further afterwards, but you can see that there are some very big wallets that are holding very big portions of this particular coin. Now, this is an annotated DYDX bubble map from the Bubble Maps Twitter page, okay, which is showing you the DYDX Coinbase custody wallet, the investor distribution wallet, and the foundation wallet. So initially, when this coin went through its token generation event, the coins were then redistributed back to the early venture capital. This is how it worked. And then they've been able to trace which these wallets are, and then all of the wallets that are connected to them in this big mesh of different connected wallets. And then from that, they've broken down which of the different venture capital companies that are holding each of these different wallets or different chains of wallets. The sort of dotted lines indicate that a transaction has been made in either one direction between a certain wallet, which is why they're all kind of like interlinked like this in this kind of pretty pattern. As well as that, they've also worked out, the clever people at Bubble Maps, that this particular one here has around 39 million votes. So that means that the future of these kind of decentralized platforms, etc., still is kind of centralized and controlled by, you know, a very few amount of people, guys. Unfortunately, as much as the dream of crypto and decentralization and all that good stuff exists for some, a lot of it is still very much centralized by people who are controlling the money. Now, how do we know that the unlock is going to potentially have a drastic effect on the price of DYDX, or at least DYDX's ability to push its price into the future? Well, back on January the 25th, CoinDesk launched a story that decentralized derivatives exchange DYDX has delayed the unlock of its native DYDX token for investors from February to December. So that particular delay in the launch of tokens saw a surge in the price of 21%. And that was in January. Back in January was like almost the bottom of the market. Bitcoin had a little dig towards the upside to try and escape the doom and gloom of the FTX debacle, but it was still very bleak times in crypto, and this one still rallied 21% because of that news. And if you want to go and look at other wallets that look a little bit sketchy, go and look at JASMY. You can see a bunch of big wallets in here, controlling on the right-hand side 2%, and various other huge wallets in here. We've also got Binance holding around 14% of JASMY. Always a little bit concerning when you have huge exchanges holding lots of coins. And here again, guys, Pepe Coin, you can see with a bunch of interconnected wallets, with one of these wallets holding around 7.5% or nearly 7.5% in crypto. Before you go and invest in cryptos that you're not really that sure about, go and have a look at bubble maps, guys, because this is a great way to spot rug pulls and stuff. If you see, I'm not saying that Pepe's a rug pull by any means, but if you see a bunch of all of these connected together, it should be a little bit concerning for you, because that means that there's a lot of distribution going on very early between these wallets, and if they all decide to sell, they can dump markets, they can pump markets, they can do whatever they want. So easy to manipulate particular coins. And again, guys, Wall Street memes, you can see one of the wallets 18.7% in, a bunch of other massive wallets in here as well. So be very cautious. And that will hopefully stop you from making any silly errors. Now, guys, there's something very exciting happening soon with Meld. I've talked about Meld.fi before, which is a world's first crypto neobank. So basically, if you've got your Monzo card or whatever, basically this is going to be the opportunity to carry a card around with you where you can use pretty much any cash point around the world, paying in cryptocurrency, paying in fiat money, whatever you want, using bridging, various other staking, and all sorts of other great things. If you go to the link down below, you can sign up absolutely free to be able to register for beta testing. As well as that, guys, you can sign up for the neobanking card and app when it is first launched, and it's going to be coming very, very soon, so make sure you check it out. It's also worth giving them a follow over on Twitter, guys. They got 77.4 thousand followers and are growing very, very fast, so make sure you're high up on that list in order to be able to qualify for that neobanking app. And also, while I'm at it, guys, make sure you give me a follow over on Twitter as well. I put up my first thread today on Casper, breaking down everything about what it is, the pros and cons, as well as my own chart analysis on it. And I'm going to be doing this every single day with a different cryptocurrency. You can also get over to Twitter and suggest which coins you want me to cover next, and I'm always happy to do that. Get into the free Telegram, link down below in the description, hit the like button, subscribe, see you in the next video. Bye.